From a man who started from zero to becoming a best-selling author, Michael Fallat and Dreamstarters University want to get your bestseller on the market in 30 days. Position yourself as an expert in your field and dominate the market. Visit dreamstartersuniversity.com to get started today.
Hey Dreamstarters, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Mike Fallat and I help entrepreneurs write books and then I teach them how to use it as a marketing tool. I'm having issues with my iPad right now, so if you can't see me, I cannot see comments until the end. I'll get back to you tonight whenever I get back to the computer. So anyway, what I want to talk to you guys about tonight is increasing your value. The reason why most entrepreneurs failed and the reason why I failed pretty much the first 2 times was because I didn't increase my value fast enough. I didn't understand SEO. I didn't understand the power of social media. I actually didn't even start using Facebook a lot until past 2 years. So I've been an entrepreneur since 2008. So for 10 years I've been an entrepreneur. And for the past 2 years, the only time I really got serious with it. So I didn't increase my value fast enough. And let me just tell you exactly what happens. There are so many people I meet who are the MLMers, network marketers, people who are starting a business from ground zero, working their way to the top. And here's a reason why many of them fail, okay? So in the very beginning, you're going to have a ton of people. This is years as an entrepreneur, okay? This is, let's just say 3, 6, and 9, okay? Lots of people will start out as an entrepreneur. I even got the business cards. I became a multi-level marketer at 23. Didn't do anything with it, so I wasn't technically an entrepreneur until I got rental property, and that's what made me become the business owner. But anyway, everybody starts off, and eventually you're going to see a lot of people drop. It's going to just keep sinking over time. What's happening is that it's basically weeding out. This is the natural laws of humanity. When it's very difficult and it's very, very, hectic and frustrating and stressful, a lot of people are going to drop off and they're going to go back to their jobs. And that's fine. That's totally cool because not everybody's supposed to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody is supposed to risk their life, risk their health, put everything on the line for a business that may or may not work. You guys can look up all the statistics out there. A lot of people do not make it. And there's reasons for this. Bad ideas, not working hard enough. But I believe most of them are just not increasing their value fast enough. So what happened is people are dropping off. So by year 3, let's just say half of them are gone. By year 6, most of them are gone. And then eventually they're going to drop off. So let's just say that you're starting a business from nothing. Now if you inherited a business, you're technically starting off like in a 6-year business or an 8-year business or a 9-year business. And it eventually becomes, it levels off a little bit, but it still drops. That the longer you're in business, the less of a rapid rate. You're going to hang on to your business long enough to, make adjustments so you can fix yourself. So what you have to do for the people who are starting from zero, no family inheritance, no family business, you basically have no money, no connections, you're doing everything on your own, this message is for you, okay? This is value, okay? Now this is time. Over time, 3 years, 6 years, 9 years. Over time, your value, if you're doing this correctly, should be rising. Now, once you get to a 6-year mark or even a 9-year mark, it starts to jump pretty high. And as you see, within a year, you could increase yourself quite a bit. But this first little bit sucks. It truly sucks because nobody gives a shit about you. Let me just repeat that. Nobody gives a shit about you in the very beginning. And I hope you could see this. Let me just see if I can fix this. Make sure this is working right now. Nobody cares, okay, about you in the beginning. But as long as you're doing all the right stuff, eventually it's going to catch on and things are going to start working your way, okay? What is the right stuff? New Kids on the Block quote there, the right stuff. Megan, if you're out there, my cousin watching this, yeah, I was a huge New Kids on the Block fan back in the day, all right? That changed. Anyway, if you're doing the right stuff, SEO. I hope you can see this. Let's see if I can pull this up. I think you can see this part right here. Can you see this part? Let's get to it. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. If you know how to work SEO, search engine optimization, that means you're putting out articles, you're putting blogs out there, you are doing it correctly, you're putting the right images, you're doing the right tags, everything. Over time, this thing is going to grow. Over time. Okay? That does not happen overnight. I was starting to write in 2008. I wasn't doing it correctly, but it was still helping a little bit. I was getting better at writing and faster, more efficiently. But I still wasn't taught the right ways to put an image together and make sure that if somebody Googled my name, it popped up. Or Googled my company. And those little things hurt me. So I learned that the hard way. But over time, SEO, if you guys aren't familiar with this, find somebody to kind of teach you like a crash course for like 3 to 4 hours. But every time you write a blog post, it shows activity to your website. Keep writing, because over time, if somebody ever did research you, which they're going to do, no matter what advertisement that I see online, if it's a person, if it's a brand, I do my own research. I don't take anybody's word for granted anymore. I do my own research. So I do a Google search. Everybody does a Google search, and if you're not popping up on Google, something's wrong. So if you are popping up on Google, make sure it's the right stuff, because chances are anybody who does Google your name, they're going to make an assumption of this person is relevant or a scumbag. Relevant or a scumbag or awesome. Relevant, scumbag, or awesome. You better be awesome. So every time you put a blog post out there, make sure you have something that's related to your name in there, okay? This is just for your blog post, by the way. And every time that you put a picture together, whether it's going to be you or your company or whatever, you have to source it. Let's just say it's for me. It is Mike-Fallat-Dreamstarters author bestseller JPEG or whatever, -1.jpg. What that does over time is that Google does a little crawl through your website at night, kind of creepy, but they pick out what is, what's relevant. They're going to pull your name. If somebody ever Googles your name, it's going to go and find that image that's out there. So if somebody Googled my name, they're going to find Mike-Fallat. It's going to pop up, and you're going to see on the images, or actually on the Google just all items, pictures, videos, or articles that have this correctly tagged, all right? So make sure when you're putting images of yourself, your family, your business, whatever it is, make sure it's tagged correctly, because otherwise you're wasting your damn time, okay? Now videos are the same way, okay? Make sure in the actual description or the title it includes your name. For the first 50, 100, 150, keep putting videos out there. You don't have a good equipment, you have a phone. I use a phone for pretty much everything. Every once in a while we get a photographer. That's so rare, it's unbelievable. I'm all about quality over quantity, or quantity over quality, because quantity leads to quality. You understand? So the more you have of something, eventually you're going to get good at it, and you're going to start doing it at a faster rate. But once you know exactly what you look like, how to do things, then you can start paying for somebody to do it for you. Quality helps, but not in the very beginning. Start just throwing stuff against the wall. And it's SEO, with blog posts, social media, everything. But videos should be tagged with your name either in the description or in the title. Make sure, because if they go and search your name on YouTube, they're going to try to find everything they can about you. Chances are they're not going to watch the whole video. This video itself is actually going to be on YouTube probably by tomorrow. Statistics show after about a minute, it trails off. It does not matter. I do not care about that. I hope you watch it. You can't rely on it to happen. What you do want is somebody to find you. You want to make it easier on your customers to know everything there is about you. You're basically putting a resume together. The more of a resume you have built up, hey, I have X amount of videos. I've done hundreds of these. I've done thousands of these. My social media is freaking impeccable. It's tons of different stuff. I've offered many different pieces of information. In addition to that, my engagement is amazing. So not only do I have good content, but it's relevant. People give a shit who I am, or they care about the content I put out there. And it's basically the more you keep doing it, the more you keep reaching out, the more you keep putting stuff out there. There's a digital footprint, and people do their own research and figure out who you are before they're call you back. Can't believe how many people don't call me back. It's unreal. But it was way worse back in the day. Nobody calls you back until they, then you can start sending them your Instagram, and you start showing you have 58,000 followers and all these little marketing techniques. But in the beginning, nobody cares. And so I always say this, those colleges that rejected me for speaking, and even Duquesne University where I went to, they rejected me speaking at any of their events, whatever. I don't care. I'm just increasing the fee. Next time if they ever call, they ever ask, you could have got in at this price. I could have done it for free for you. Every time you reject me, the price goes up for next time. So remember that. Somebody rejects you. And I think about this with even girls you date or guys you date. Somebody rejects you. It's not over. It's just the price goes up a little bit more. Customer rejects you in your first year. It's okay. When they come back in year 5, guess what? The price is just 5 times more. So it's just one of those things where over time your value goes up. So you don't ever give them the price from back in the day. Make sense? Keep doing the videos. Tag your name in the title or the description. Keep doing your pictures. So if people are able to find you, blog posts, the activity. You want to work with somebody who's the expert, right? So over time, people are going to see if you're the expert or not. The more blog posts you have out there, the more information you're putting to your website, the more there is for them to make an assumption of, do I want to work with this person? Does this person know what they're talking about? You want a body of work. And it's not going to happen in the beginning. I was talking to a professional magician earlier today on Facebook. I don't know if you're watching right now or not. But it's all about just getting stuff for people to base whether they want to hire you or not. Now, he was a professional magician that basically didn't have any content yet. So what you do is you do a bunch of shit for free, okay? You have to go to a street fair, go outside and near the bars, start doing a bunch of stuff. Even if you're not charging any money, get somebody to film you with a phone, okay? Take all that content and start loading it to your YouTube, start loading it to your website, start putting stuff together so if they Google your name, something's coming up, okay? So there's that. This should increase your value within 1 to 3 to 5 years. The rate of return on this is not that great. It's huge later in with the business. And these is very powerful, but you might not get a lot of sales from this right away. It's the long game. Play the long game. Don't be playing this damn short game that everybody else seems to be doing. Well, if it's not going to make me money in a year, then I'm done. It's just not the way to look at it. Think of it as a 3 to 5 to 10 to 15 to 20-year plan. These videos that I put out there, I really don't think a lot of people are going to watch them in the beginning. They'll watch them, and every blog post that I put out there, I don't even care if anybody reads it. I hope they do. I send it out to all my email lists or email blasts, and I really hope they read it. It's just one of those things where I'm thinking of 5 years down the road. I want somebody to look back at me, whether it's that big client, that $1 million client that's going to pay me a lot of money to help them out. They're going to look back and see how active have I been for the past 5 years. And since I'm only 33 now, I figure I'll be 38 at that moment. I should have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of things for them to sort through. and they'll be able to say, you know what, this person's been at it a very long time. I trust this person with my money, and here we go. Take care of it for me. That's what I want. So it's a long play. Remember that. It's a long strategy, and it's important, though. Next thing you do is every once in a while you're going to get customer, right? So your goal to increase your value, right? So your value went up with search engine optimization, okay? Testimonials will start to get a social currency basically going. And I want to thank Steve Rollins if you're watching right now. I don't know if you are watching, but Steve Rollins, thank you so much for kind of telling me a little bit about that term. I know I've always talked about something like that, but he's used it and it's really instilled in my mind now. So social currency means a lot. The more testimonials you have on your website or on your Facebook or wherever you're going to put these things is going to show that you are relevant to other people. You've helped them out. You've solved their problem. So your value immediately increased. Now it's both a short play and a long-term play, because the people who see your testimonial right away will say, you know what, that person is a big-time client. I'm going to work with that type of guy. So if he's trusting that guy with his money or that woman with his money, I want to work with that type of person, okay? So increase your value with testimonials. You're going to have customers. People were talking about on social media, I asked for their customer, references. Hey, I'll boost your Instagram, and I get this all the time, by the way. I'll boost your Instagram by thousands and thousands of followers, and I'll say, well, who do you work with? Oh, I can't tell you that. It's secret information. Well, who in the hell is going to trust someone with their money if you can't even give me one customer that you worked with? I'm not doing that. Tell me who you've worked with. I want to see what's happening with their account. Whether it's social media, whether it's advertising, whatever it is, I want to see who you worked with. Social currency. Who have you worked with and added value to? And as a startup business, maybe you don't have anybody yet. But this is one thing that once you get one person, whether you do it for free for them or you actually charge money, you've solved one of their problems. Testimonials. Get them every step of the way. Okay? Next thing is emails. Oh my God. Emails. Okay. Every day, I use my book as a lead generator to reach out to people. Whether I meet them on Facebook or Instagram, wherever, I'm giving them a free copy of my book in exchange for their email. Hopefully, they're interested in writing a book or maybe something entrepreneurial someday. They're getting something in return for their email. Now, over time, whether it's just plus one email per day or plus 5 or plus 10 or plus even 100, over time, you're increasing your list. This list might start to drop here and there because people unsubscribe and they just don't care about your content, which happens and breaks my heart a little bit. Just a little bit. But what happens is over time you're going up. What you're doing is every time you have an email, you send another blog post, or you send a little content information. You're giving more value. You are strengthening your expertise with these people. And so not only does your list go up, but your value to each individual person, value goes up. Terrible writing, and I'm sorry about that. I really apologize. But your value with that person goes up because you are giving for years, maybe just months, maybe weeks, but you're giving them something of information. You're relevant to their life, and you just keep telling them stuff or giving them anything that might help them with their business or whatever they're trying to accomplish. And you're showing your expertise. So whenever the problem that they have in their life becomes so big that they need someone to solve it, you are the first person that they think of. So the value of emails goes up and the value with the person goes up. Let's see here. I don't want to take too much of your time. I really appreciate you guys watching, by the way. It means a lot. There's a lot of people I'm talking to just because of these Facebook Lives. I get direct messages and emails, and I thank you so much for your attention, especially on a Monday night. I know Monday Night Raw is coming on for you guys, so the last thing I want to do is take up too much of your time with that. So social media, though. Why do you want to keep putting stuff out there? Facebook Live, every video means something. Every post means something. Every tweet means something. And it goes back to exactly what I was telling you before, but don't ever neglect. Every day that goes by could be a day that you increase your value. whether it's on social media, whether it's in front of a person, whether it's with that customer or that potential client. You're increasing your value as much as you can, as often as you can. So every time you put something out there, it's a way to just say, you know what, I made, oh, by the way, one more friend today on Facebook. Friend list should be going up every day, okay? Now, you're going to hit the 5,000, which I'm only at 3,700. But what you do is then you start taking out the people who don't give a shit about what content you have. There are some people that are, I don't even know how to pronounce some of these people, but they never say anything to me, and you know, I don't know what they're interested in, what I have to offer, but I get friend requests constantly. Probably some of them are viruses, because it's usually like women dressed like you see in, you know, on the beach. I don't get it. So there's a lot of friends you probably have that can be wiped, you know, cleaned out, that aren't really your friends. They're probably viruses or bots or whatever they are. So, you know, you want to increase your friends list every day. Get one more friend. Just keep getting one more or 10 more, whatever it is. Every day you become a little stronger. You're surrounding yourself with the exact target market, your target audience, the exact people who need your stuff. You go to groups. Whether you're a magician, you go to event groups, or whether you sell clothing, go to a different apparel groups and start reaching out, connecting, and building relationships and building rapport and showing who you are, your personality, the shit that you have to offer and sell. Super important for you. Just keep doing that. And let's just say, I tell people all the time, treat your Facebook, your basically your page as like a business page, because personal branding is so big. People don't want to do business with businesses anymore. They want to do business with people. So keep using your Facebook account, your social presence, as a way to keep building relationships. Don't rely on the business page, because nobody on Facebook cares about business pages. Facebook, I hope you're listening to this, because it's killing small businesses, unless people like me figure out a way around it. And that's what entrepreneurs do. We figure ways around. So you keep building up your friends list, and then eventually with your business page, all right, you're eventually going to start getting traction over a long time. Nobody goes to my business page. You know, I still put it out there. Unless I advertise, which I'm totally against on Facebook right now. Really, it's all about, you know, you're trusting me. I want you to trust me. The business is awesome, because we got the ghostwriters, we got the marketing girls, and they all are a huge part of it. It's just that when you're doing business, you're going to be working with me, and I'll be able to help you through this thing, and I want you to trust me. So it's going to be personal. And I think anybody who has a service out there, whether it's helping out with social media, YouTube videos, whatever it is, you want it to keep it personal, because they're going to be buying directly from you. That makes sense. Anyway, keep increasing your friends, keep increasing your followers, whatever you have to do. Some people do the automation. I'm not against it. You know, just keep increasing your value, finding the right people. The more manual it is, the more organic, obviously. But there's tricks that you got to do that are going to help your business. You can't be everywhere at the same time. So figure out what works for you. But make sure your email lists, your pictures, you keep putting articles out there. And none of this might lead to a lot of money in the beginning. But over time, you're stronger next month than you are today, next year than you are today. And as long as you keep doing that, you keep reaching out, keep filling your pipeline, keep putting those leads in HubSpot. By the way, if you're out there and you're using a free CRM, I was always using Excel, and then I moved over to HubSpot. Smart move, by the way. It's a way to go, especially for, you know, everything that if you're capturing leads, people who might be interested in what you have to offer. Great way to use it. Also use Salesforce. Pros and cons to everything. So, but if I were you, I would use HubSpot or Salesforce. HubSpot is probably the way to go. Anyway, keep getting stronger over and over and over and over every day. As long as you're stronger tomorrow than you are today, whether it's with emails, whether it's with videos, whether it's with content, whether it's with a blog post, as long as you have something out there, you can look back and say, you know what, I accomplished that today. You know what, I'm a little bit further than I was before this weekend. And that makes you feel good at night. So, and over time, people are going to start to notice. People like me, if I ever come across you, is going to Google your name. And they're going to do a lot of research. And they're going to make sure that you've been active for a long time. If you say you've been in business for X amount of years, there better be some shit in the past that I'm able to dig up and figure out who you are. If you're a new business, you're just starting out, just get started as fast as you can and start putting stuff out there. Get people to gauge as much as they can about you so they can trust you, and then they can hire you to solve their problem. And that's pretty much it. I think I pretty much touched everything there. If you guys have questions about how to increase your value with different images, different videos, going to events, meeting people, networking, connections, all that is part of your story, and we are all about using your story as your competitive advantage. Now, I tell people all the time is basically no matter where you come from, you can use what you've done in the past or who you are to bridge relationships to put you above your competition. And what we do here at Dream Starters University is we help entrepreneurs write books, and then we teach them how to use it as a marketing tool. And so it takes place in 30 days. I interview you, hear your story, bring it to life in a book, turn it into a bestseller, build you a web page, show you everything. You could write the book yourself. We can help you with the editing and the marketing. But when you use your story as a way to make connections, you have a much better chance of closing deals, much better chance of increasing your value, and much better chance of beating your competition. Everybody's story is unique. Everybody's. And so you use that in a way to work with people who are like you or where they respect people like you. So if you guys have any questions, thanks so much for watching this. Once again, contact me if you guys ever have any questions regarding this stuff or writing a book. I'm here to help. The next chapter is all that matters. Right on.